Okay, the Univox system, which is the one we are using, correct? Okay. Also has a chair pad. So again, you can become a little bit more portable. Put the pad in the chair, sit on it, you're in the loop. Okay. Comes with a receiver, so if someone is not hearing impaired. And again, you know, we're looking at churches and some places where lots of people gather. There's plenty of people out there with mild hearing loss that don't use anything, that might go to church or a large meeting and struggle to survive through the presentation. How neat it would be to pick up a receiver, not need boxes and cords, just pick up the receiver, little headphones, sit anywhere you want in the loop, and have good, clear sound. Any assistive technology that is used, one of the reasons that all three of them work is that the signal, which right now is my voice, I'm only this far away from whoever is in the loop. If I was using an FM system, I'm only this far away. When you cut down the distance from the speaker to the listener, it's louder and clearer. Okay? A lot of times we're asked how much does this stuff cost? Again, these are estimates compiled by the ALOHA Looping Committee, and I thank them for it because I couldn't have answered it without them. The home TV room loop runs around $200 and some odd. Essentially, if you can run speaker wire from the back of your stereo to your stereo speakers, you can put in a home loop. It's that easy. Right, Dave? Okay, Dave says yes. There are loops for seating about 300 people, and then there are very large room loops. And again, ALOHA can tell you about this. We've got packets for everybody of who does looping, where do you get this stuff if you're interested. The bigger sound systems, you want to work with a professional installer. Your home system, you can do it easily by yourself. But your bigger systems, you want to have the professionals that can balance. There's a question, and I have a patient of mine trying to figure out, they have this wonderful, she told me, wonderful pipe organ, beautiful, you know, system in her church. Her church is looped and they have the loop turned off because of some electromagnetic interference between, and I said, okay, here's the list. Go back to who got this installed for you. Let's troubleshoot and figure out how to allow the systems to work in conjunction. Okay? Symbol of the future. We're hoping that you can go to businesses, offices, the theaters, maybe a meeting somewhere, and you guys travel all over the place. You will begin to see this sign. It is the symbol that indicates that it is looped for the hearing impaired. Looping in the United Kingdom is mandated. Okay? It is mandated. You can go in the airport and hear your flight. Boy, sign me up. I can't do that. You can get into a taxi cab. Now, if you rely on lip reading and the taxi cab drivers drive it, you can't lip read the back of his head or her head. Some of the cabs have the symbol and are looped. How neat it would be to and let your driver tell you all the sights you're seeing and not miss anything. You might have hearing impaired people, hearing people that want to get in the loop. It is installed in the U.S. House of Representatives. If you go to Holland, Michigan, about 90 to 95% of that town is looped. They even have a loop in the McDonald's drive-up order box. It's got the symbol, which means that if you want to drive up to the McDonald's window and place your order, make sure they got it right. You put your hearing aid or cochlear implant on T, the loop's on in the box, you can actually hear what the person's saying. I'm told it's incredibly effective. Okay? Where do you put loops? You put them in reception areas, conference rooms, might be good for a video conference, into an existing PA system. It's a good right thing to do. The concern out here obviously is that in some areas you could not loop. With electromagnetic leakage, it may not be the technology in highly sensitive areas. Might be that a personal loop that doesn't have that strength could be utilized, or a different type of system. ALOHA will let people know that Raytheon has looped Is it a main auditorium?
Yes.
Yeah, if you'll give me some details, we'll make sure we put it out in the newsletter for you. Okay. So, guess what? We're going to stick at the top of the list. Hello, thank you, thank you. We are not aware of any other business, other than maybe some private practice audiologists that have demo loops. You know, ALOHA, which has 2 different kinds of loops. We have one we use in our conference meeting room that has a lot of power and about 5 or 6 wireless mics. We have one in the assistive device center that is a home field loop, so people can try out the home version. We'll put you guys at, we did this not knowing, but we're thrilled that we'll put you at the top of the list. One of the goals I think that I have personally is I want to see Arizona Theater Company, Gaslight Theater, one of those step up to the plate and let us present the technology. How nice it would be to start going again and enjoy it. Or even I think of the theater company, you might be a little more nicely dressed. How nice to be able to just go dressed up and not have to put a neck thing around your neck and a box here and all that. And half the time, those units, the batteries aren't charged up, they don't work very well. If you have to rely on their headset, they're designed for people only with very mild hearing loss. They don't reach out and touch much more than that. So we'll change this slide for the next presentation and put you guys at the top. Okay, this is just a quick sampling of some of the places that are looped. So if you want to go to church, go check out the big sanctuary at St. Philip's. That room is looped, and we had a presentation there in January, and it was very, very inspiring for those with hearing aids or cochlear implants to catch the entire program. So our Christian church, Oasis, has, I believe it's 1 or 2 of the, one adult education classroom, and they're now now we have to push them to advertise that it's looped for the hearing impaired, so that as you go through the book, oh, I can take this class, I can sit and hear the instructor. Handy Dogs has a loop. There's several of us in private practice that have looped. We have packets for everyone before you leave that has a complete list, as complete as we have it. So we will encourage you, please, if you go somewhere and you see the sign or you find out they have a loop, please share it with ALOHA so that we can put the word out. Our goal, David Myers, who was very active in getting Michigan looped, his town, has told us about 3 to 5 years of actively working it before Tucson becomes looped. We're hoping to become a model project city and take our show on the road if we can do it. The best way we're going to do it is by those of you that can benefit from the technology, or you have a friend or a loved one or a child that could benefit, standing up and saying, where's your loop? Oh, you don't know what one is? Here, ALOHA can tell you all about it. Okay? That's kind of what we're hoping to do, is reach out and touch. It's not just for business. It's not just a church. Get a portable loop and take it with you. Yeah, and people go, wow, what's that? Same thing used to happen with FM systems. You take something and people, how does that work? Gee, this is neat. How nice it is to talk and give a presentation and have my hard of hearing individuals that are now most people can hear me because I project really well. But how nice it is to have those, maybe if I'm not on a good projection day, be able to keep up with my presentation. So for me as a speaker, that's fantastic.